first question I wanted to ask is, Dracula's such an iconic character, and sort of how's he different to the kind of classic portrayal of Dracula in this film?
Well, I guess the easiest way to answer it is just to look at the title. It's the untold story of the origins of Dracula. Everybody knows the Bram Stoker story, but nobody really knows how he was born and where he comes from and who he was before he was a vampire. And this story tells that story.
Just have to resist.
Resist what? Resist what, Vlad? Tell me.
A thirst for blood.
Obviously you're in great shape for the film. Did you have to do anything specific kind of workout-wise to get yourself to that kind of fitness?
Yeah, well, because we start with Vlad Tepes, who was Vlad the Impaler. You know, he was a very ruthless warrior. He had very sort of dark torture techniques, and but was a very successful prince of his country in the 15th century. You know, he was always fighting. He was always trying to either regain his throne or defend his throne and his people. So yeah, it's mad techniques you do, you know. But I knew what I wanted to look like, well, and worked with my trainer, and we got there, you know. But it was cutting the body fat was easy because I had to train with the stunt guys. If it wasn't in the gym with my trainer, I was fighting 16, 17 stunt guys in a stunt hangar. So I was constantly doing cardio. You know.
Run to your mother.
What?
Now.
Come here!
What would a typical kind of workout look like? What kind of exercises you'd be doing?
It was often supersetting, so that we could do it quite quickly. You know, I didn't sit around. You know, we'd get in and out, because I would be after a 14-hour day that I would have to go to the gym, and that's, you know, my trainer couldn't expect me to be in the gym for an hour and a half. I just couldn't do it. So sure. 45 minutes we were in and out, but we'd have like hammered a muscle group. And that's how it was. And the diet was obviously incredibly strict. Sure. You know, even the protein shakes were all diet versions, and keeping the sugar very, very low. No sauces, no creams, no bread, no pasta. You know, very clean food. Incredibly boring. You know, it just gets dull after a while. But you know, you've got to do that when you're attaining a certain look, and it was about keeping the body fat low. You have to do that stuff.
I understand you have a weakness for silver.
Were there kind of supplements you were having to take to kind of keep up with that kind of grueling regime?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of sort of natural supplements that I was taking, you know, things that would just benefit my immune system, keep me well, keep me healthy, loads of vegetable juices, a load of amino acids, chewables and drinks and stuff like that, a load of omega-3, 6 and 9, right. That's very important. Yeah, and then Epsom salt baths, night before you have to do the naked stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and sipping water, drinking loads of water, and then starving yourself, and then doing sips of water, and and then on the day of training and the day of the topless shots, you can eat like maple syrup and bananas and pancakes. It's amazing. Yeah.
Obviously, your kind of character at the beginning of the film is quite scarred and cut up and stuff, and there's a lot of really kind of cool action sequences. Were there any kind of any close calls on set or anything like that?
Yeah, there was a couple. There was one fight sequence I had with Dominic Cooper, because we were both in this ridiculous armor, which was really restrictive, and so we couldn't do a lot of the moves. And one sword hit me in the eye, right in the eye. Half an inch lower, and I probably would have lost my eyesight. But it's part of the job.
Sure.
I sound so macho saying that.
That's
you know what? These are the risks I take, man.
And you believe you know what it is to be a monster? You have no idea. But I'm going to show you.
When we think of Dracula classically, he's the bad guy, right? Did you kind of have that in mind when playing him as a protagonist in this film?
Yeah, I didn't want to show those sides of him straight away, because where we meet him in the film, you know, he's locked him away. He's put that armor away that reminds him of that Impaler character, you know, who he was. But when he realizes, you know, the guns are drawn and, you know, the pressure's on, he realizes he has to bring that creature back out, that person that he was. And that moment is a big moment in his mind, where he just realizes this person he has to dig him back out. And it's not a nice person at all, you know, vicious.
fantastic. I mean, is it fun to play the sort of the nastier side?
Yeah, it was nice to be able to do the light and the shade and watch the whole transformation of the character, you know. It was great. It was really fun.